Introduction from 3000 BCE to 600 CE. Indus Valley civilization exposed many artifacts and artworks. These works give us a clear understanding of the high quality of civilization which spread over on the banks of river Indus. There is a long gap in the history of India between Indus Valley civilization and Mauryan period. The great Emperor Asoka of the Mauryan dynasty built many stupas and pillars with beautiful capitals. There are many stone sculptures which had the influence of Mesopotamian and Sumerian art. After the Mauryan, the Sunga and Kushana dynasty ruled the northern part of India many years and left some work of art and architecture. The golden period of India was the Gupta period, when all kind of art and sculpture reached the zenith. The most important contribution of Gupta are painting of Ajanta caves and few structural temples. The Ajanta paintings are considered the classical form of Indian art. Priest head. This is a beautiful piece of small sculpture which is identified as the head of a priest. The rendering of the beard and moustache and the trefoil design on the shawl are the direct influence of Mesopotamian art. Pashupati seal. This is one of the many seals discovered in the site of the Indus Valley civilization. The figure in the seal is supposed to be that of Shiva as the lord of the animals. Now children, let's know about a toy. Many different kinds of toys were made to entertain the children of Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. This toy is made of terracotta and bamboo sticks. These toys make rattling sound when it is pulled by the children. Asokan pillar. Among many pillars, the Sankesa pillar is surmounted by an elephant. The Mauryan sculptors were experts in handling animal figures. This realistic form of the elephant is remarkable. Terracotta head. The tradition of terracotta artifacts continued even in the Mauryan period. The images of god and goddesses were made in this period. The mother goddess is one of the most popular forms of images, which are garishly decorated with ornaments and stylish hairdos. Standing yaksha. Few larger than life-size male and female figures of red sandstone were found from Mauryan period. These are identified as the images of Yaksha and Yakshini. This is a very good example of very natural characteristics of Indian male figure. The pot-bellied soft torso of the male figure shows the skill of the Mauryan sculptors in handling human figure. Standing Buddha. Most probably, the first Buddha image was created by Gandhara artists. These artists were trained in Greek style. The images created by them show all the characteristics, features of Greek sculptures. The sculpture of Buddha shows heavy foldings of sanhati or wrapper in the style of Greek toga. The face of Buddha has more European features than Indian features. The most interesting part of Gandhar Buddha is the hairstyle, which has a bun on the top of the head. The stylized hair of later Buddha images is inspired by this hairstyle. Now, let's know about stupas. Stupas are built on the relics of the Buddhist saints, including that of Buddha. These hemispherical structures were built by different Indian rulers from Mauryan period to Gupta period. Though most of these stupas were demolished, but the stupas in Sanchi near Bhopal are in perfect conditions. The stupas are generally surrounded by railing called Vedika. There are 4 gateways on the 4 sides. These are known as Torana. Relief from Bharut Stupa. Only some fragments of Bharut Stupa are available now. The fragment of a Torana depicts the story of Mahakavi Jataka. The relief shows a garden which is divided with river flowing from top to bottom. A figure of a monkey is hanging from one tree of the one side of river bank to another tree on the opposite side of the river. The great monkey is Buddha in his previous birth, helping his family members are attacked by the king's soldiers. In the left side of the composition, the king is sitting in front of the Mahakapi with folded hand. Torana of Sanchi Mahastupa. The largest stupa number 1 of Sanchi is known as Mahastupa. The 4 beautiful Toranas or gateways are decorated with relief carvings. The Torana consists of 2 vertical square pillars in little distance and bridged by 3 horizontal squarish beams. These horizontal beams are again strengthened with 3 vertical square stone bars. The whole surface of the Torana is carved with stories from Buddha's life and his previous life. The carvings are one of the treasures of Indian art. Now we have come to Gupta period, 4th century Christian era to 6th century Christian era. Ceiling painting of Ajanta. The caves of Ajanta have chaitas and viharas which are decorated with sculptures and paintings. This is an example of ceiling painting. Indian painters always followed the typical birds and floral motifs in design. The design shows swans, lotuses, and some other small birds in the circular concentric panels of design. Mahajanak Jataka, a painting from cave 1 of Ajanta, 5th century of Christian era. Ajanta paintings were very much influenced by the literature of that period. The description of female beauty by the poets like Kalidas have been used by these painters. This beautiful female figure in one of the paintings of Ajanta shows flying bird-like eyebrows, fish-shaped eyes, famously called as Meenakshi, etc. The paintings are basically linear, but little use of shades has given total volume of the figure. A painting from cave 1 of Ajanta. The painters of Ajanta were masters in using colors. In this painting, the painter has rendered different complexion of human body. There are 3 shades of complexions. Fair, whitish and dark complexions have been rendered in a masterly manner. The expressive eyes and the turns of the eyebrows are expressing all kinds of emotions or bhav that has been described in Bharatnatyam Shastra. Now let's know about Kushana period, 1st century of Christian era to 4th century of Christian era. The sculpture of Kanishk. The mutilated, larger than life-size sculpture of Kanishk is standing without his head and arms. The king is adorned with royal costumes of Scythian clan of Central Asia. He is also wearing a pair of heavy leather boots and holding a long sword in one hand and a lance in the other hand. The whole sculpture is solid and of monumental quality. Kushan coins. The Kushan emperors issued different kinds of coins all over their empire. These coins are made of gold, silver and copper. The coins have images and legends printed on them. This gold coin depicts the image of Shiva holding his trident or Trishul and leaning on his Vahan Nandi, the bull. An attempt is made to give the muscular physiques like Greek sculptures in this image.